Good evening. I know you're probably wondering, where in the hell has this sumbitch been? Let me reach over here and grab a drink. Oh, what's that? Oh. Yeah, let's chill out a second and talk about, there's a lot of shit that I can talk about that is current events in the fitness community. I don't know what kind of fit, I don't know what they're trying to be fit for. Fit for what? Fit to do what? I don't know what. So, but this one, I will talk about this topic a bit because I try to stay away from the gossip crap usually, unless I think it's a little bit funny, and it's just a tongue-in-cheek thing. It's not meant with any malice or anything, but this coincides or just aligns with another in a procession, an endless procession of health problems, that heart problems in particular, that that these guys suffer. I'm sorry, I know the shit is going to be all coalescing on my beard and facial hair. I'm going to look like it's going to look unsightly and distracting, so I apologize in advance for that. Doctor Tony Huge. Okay, so he's come out and made a video about it and spoken about it at great length. He's got heart problems now. He's got a serious heart issue. He has a leaky valve on the left side of his heart, and his heart's not capable of putting out the volume that it should. So, how old is this guy? He's not that old, right? Not that old at all. But do you see the cause and effect, the relationship here, cause and effect? Do you see it yet? Do you see it yet? That's why never lump me into the same category as any of these guys, man, because I don't need to find out that my heart's only half, or my kidneys are dragging in the dirt, or my liver is ready to fall out. I don't need to hear this from a doctor or medical professional in order for me to make a change as I get older. I'm 59 years old. I will be 60 years old this year, 2022. That's enough. I just figure it's enough. Had a good run. I've been enormous. And my scaled down version of that enormity, which has continued to scale down over the decades. I think since, like around 2010, 2011, when I first got on YouTube, I guess that was probably maybe 2013, 2014, 2013 maybe. I was, for the most part of that, I was in the 270s most of the time. I might have brushed up against 280, but most of the time my standard weight was in the low 270s, 274-ish, around there most of the time. Then I had the slab tear and, couldn't lift like I needed to lift to really get that density anymore. And it's already scaled down from back in 05 or 6 or 7, walking around at 300 pounds, 307 at the heaviest, and staying around 280, when I'm not really cranking. So that was already scaled down, walking around the 270s. And then I started to think, I'm older, man. I'm getting older. So probably should lighten up a little bit more. I think because I didn't do it all at once, I did it incrementally, so it wasn't as big of a shock to the system or to the brain, so it wasn't as hard for me to do it, and so it's not as hard for me to be so much smaller. Again, this is all relative shit, right? Smaller now. So then I came down to probably around, I don't know, 2019, 2018, somewhere in there. Came down into the 260s, and I usually walked around in the 260s. I might get a wild hair occasionally and hit 270, but most of the time walking around in the 260s. And then it got to the point most of the time I was in the low 260s, in general. Then probably, I don't know, 2020, I came down into the 250s, and I usually walked around in the 250s. So since then, I've been as low as into the 240s. I've been lower than that recently. I've been very, this last year, 2021, I came down even quite a bit, substantially lower than that. Came down into the 220s. Then I got a wild hair and decided I was maybe going to get big again. And I brushed back up into like 263 for 5 minutes. And then, came back down because I thought better of it. I don't want to carry all that weight around. See, for me, I'm well beyond the point where I got to worry about crap I put in my body causing me problems, health problems. I've been beyond that for a long time. I'm not there. I've been over that shit, not taking those risks. I understand what happens. I know what the cost is. And checks and balances, man, quality of life versus things you do to yourself. Are you improving the quality of life? Well, where's the line? Where do you draw the line where now you're tearing down, you're tearing away at your quality of life eventually, and game result. But point is, I'm what am I weighing now? About 240, so. But I'm not doing anything dangerous. I'm not doing anything harmful. I don't need to have somebody tell me you're killing yourself, you're tearing your body apart, your organs, you need to stop. I'm not going to get to that. I don't want to get there. You know what I mean? So it's preemptive. Just realize you got to accept getting older. And that's hard for some people to hear. I know guys that are a couple years older than me in my age range, and even a couple years older that are still huge men. Legs shredded, huge, big hamstrings, vascular, and Godspeed, more power, do your thing, man, pursue your happiness. But man, just make sure, dude, keep in mind, this is the road to hell as far as the end result, man, and these guys that are running tons of stuff. Is it any surprise that these guys that, they had their little run for however many years, none of these guys were ever really enormous. None of these guys were really that big for all the shit that they took. They showed you on videos how to take it, what they're taking. They've just put everything in there. Shit, you got people today afraid to take a vaccination because they don't know what's in it, and it came out too fast, and all these other things. And I'm not saying for or against or anything in the middle there, okay? You know where I stand, I think, on that. But, if you're going to balk at that, and if you're going to, you want to know all kind of particulars and things about that, which I understand, I want to know too. But what I'm saying is people like this, their bodies are just a fucking, trash fucking heap, a dump of just shit that they just piled in and thrown in there. I mean, all this crap they put in there, they don't know what this fucking shit is. They really don't. And where's it coming from? So it's just on and on and on and on and on. And even if it were all legit, top of the line, FDA approved, products, come on. Do you see where this leads yet? Is it any surprise? You can see it coming. It's like a train wreck. You see it, man. You see. You know, they get a little run for a few years. And again, part of it is that mentality that they really think that that's what these big guys take. Oh, these guys that are huge, that's what they take. You know what? Maybe in some cases that's true, but I'll guarantee you this. Now maybe it's true. You know, maybe you got guys that are taking tons and tons and tons of shit, just like they say on all the internet, all the little busters talk, right? They don't know, but that's what they say. That's what they believe is required. It's not what's required. But even in those instances, even whatever guys, these handful of guys, maybe this new breed, I don't know. I'm not saying either way because I don't know. But what I am saying is if they are taking so much shit like people think they are to be that big, they still would never get that big if they did not already possess good genetics, you know, for better or worse, to be able to accomplish that, regardless of what they took. So what you're seeing is you're seeing guys that believe, oh, you got to take all this tons and tons and tons, and they're really not that fucking impressive for all the shit that they take. But they can't, you know, they got to have that size. Oh, I'm still going to chase it. I'm still going to take it and take it. And then I think another part of it is a lot of people just get caught up in the drugs. They just get that's what they focus on, that there's some kind of authority on this shit and they're a mastermind with it, and that's what they get out of it. Is in some instances I believe that more than just the building of the muscle, which that's part of it, but sometimes that's all there is, and they're just chasing that, and they're not going to get there because they don't understand, they do not have the genetics, or they don't have the knowledge they think they have, and some other part of the equation is lacking. It is not the gear. They've got that more than covered. It may be genetics, it may be lack of knowledge in other areas, whatever it is. You have those, and then I think you have these others that they just get caught up on science of all the gear, you know, and they just get, I don't know, but I'm just here to tell you, you can see it coming. You see these people, you know, they end up that they have they're in kidney failure, they have, you know, their heart's fucking taking a shit on them, you know. I need to be able to function. What are these fucking guys trying to be fit for? You see it coming. You see it coming. You know, as you sow, so shall you reap. You reap what you sow, man. You see it coming. So that's not only the point of this video, is just a cautionary tale to say to any younger people out there, man, that listen, that's not what it's about. If you have the genetics, you know, look, I'm sorry. A lot of it has to do with genetics. Not all of it. A lot of it has to do with work ethic, yes. Consistency, like with anything. And yes, knowledge. You have to have an effective program, an effective workout. You have to be able to generate enough intensity. You have to, again and again and again, consistently demand more of your physique, your musculature, your body, your strength, then you're capable of delivering at that moment. That's how you continue. It's incremental, small steps to the moon. And yeah, there's all kind of science involved in it. You can manipulate your own body's insulin production. If you're healthy, you produce your own insulin as it is. You know, there's all kind of things you can do. There are decent supplements out there you can take. You know, part of it is in the longevity game and the quality of life. You need a lot of supplements now because you're just not getting it from the food like you should be getting it from the food. Number one. And number two, you're taking in tons and tons of toxins anyway that 100 years ago you would never have had to even consider. Wouldn't even have been on the horizon anywhere. People wouldn't even know anything about it because it just wasn't out there like that. But now that shit is in. We've done this shit to the environment. We are besieging ourselves, assaulting ourselves with all this radio frequency shit, microwaves, everything passing through us 24/7. And just all the crap that we've done, man, the pollutants, the toxins, the plastics, the everything and everything. You know, so a lot of supplements you need today, you need to supplement in the true core meaning and nature of what supplementing is, to make sure that you can put into your body, especially the antioxidants, You know, and try to clean these toxins down, try to stave this shit off, try to keep a healthy liver, you know, try to keep healthy kidneys. There's a lot of good shit out there, you know. Tudka, for instance, all this kind of shit. You know, decent malty, basic, very basic, you know, just to fill in the holes where you're lacking, and you're lacking. Nobody's nutrition, it's just not possible. I don't think it's possible today. You're not going to get everything from food today. It's just not possible anymore. It's the world we've made, world you were born into now, you know. For me, it's sport formula. I haven't found anything better as far as, you know, just an overall, all-around, you know, insurance type of vitamin supplement. But, you know, you do what you need to do. I mean, I take probiotics every day, all kinds of shit. And a lot of it is not something that's high on my list because this is going to give me a good physique. This is going to make me stronger, make me more muscular. No. I accepted a long time ago I'm never going to be as big again as I once was. So I'm always going to be less than I was at my best. You know, but a lot of these things that I take today that are in part of my nutritional program are shit to help me maintain a decent quality of life and stay healthy. Healthy. You know, the things you've seen some of these guys advocate, and they're advocating it, I don't care. They're putting it out there. They're exposing all kind of people to it and showing them doing it like they think, you know, people get ideas from that shit and think, oh, well, he's fine. Look how great he looks, you know, to some of these people, and then they're going to try it. You know that when you know that when you're putting it out there, you know. But this is what happens, and it should be no surprise. The man has fucked his heart up. He's fucked his heart up. You know, where's he going to get another one now? Well, you know, now they're doing transplants with pig hearts in human beings. You know, I hate to say it, but I don't know how long that guy's going to live. He just had that pig heart, complete heart put in his chest. You know, he's okay right now, but you know, they're going to be a while perfecting that shit. Anyway, you know. Can he still have a decent quality of life? Yeah, sure he can if he's learned anything. Of course he can, you know. He can stop putting all this fucking garbage in his body and start to put some good things in his body to clean himself up. And those things aren't going to be, you know, prescription shit. They're not going to be gray area shit. It's not going to be that kind of crap, man. It's going to be shit that's derived basically from natural substances like foods and stuff. You know? Concentrated. Anyway, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Look, I'm not putting the dude down, man. I mean, he put his life out there just like I put whatever as much as I put out here, which isn't really a lot. But what I put out here about my life, you know, I put out there. It comes with the territory. You get busters, you get haters. So I'm not hating on this fucking guy or any of these fucking guys. But I will tell you this, back in the back of my head, which I kept to myself from day one when I saw them doing the shit they're doing, you know, I thought to myself, yeah, that guy's heading down a bad road. And he's probably going to pay for that down the road. You know, so that's all I'm saying. Yeah, I'm old now, but, you know, a lot of us older guys, man, we're still trying to hang in there. We're still trying to hang around. We're still trying to stay fit. Fit? Shit, if I need to chop wood, I can chop wood. You know, if I need to fucking, whatever I need to do, I'm still capable of doing it. That's the whole point. You know, you don't want to do something like this to yourself. It negatively impacts everything you do. Everything you do. You're going to know you've got this fucking problem. And it isn't going to fix itself. You know. So that's all. Just throwing it out there, man. Cautionary tale, man. Cautionary tale. You guys take care. Hopefully I'll be back before too long. Hope you're having a great evening. And I'll talk to you again shortly.